Hello YouTube, it's Mr. Valandis. Welcome back to my channel. For those who are new here, welcome. This is a channel where I talk about my fantasy books and I bring it into the physical realm. Today's video is going to be like a mixture of an update and some things I have done for my fantasy world and as well for my shed that I'm actually standing in right now, which I built myself. So here we go. I'm going to start with the coolest thing, or one of the cool things that I feel is cool. So I have this that I put in, which are just LED lights. I did have a wire connection there, but the problem is the wires that are coming off of this to plug into electricity, the wiring is wrong. So I need to figure out a better way of wiring it and probably buy a new socket and wire system to actually put in there. But I have two of these. That's one of them. And the second one is over here. On this one I'm a little disappointed because the bottom part actually broke off, so I have to buy a nut to actually fit there that will put the bottom part on like the other one. But I have two of these guys that lead up to, one of them leads up to the stairs and the other one is over by the doorway. But it's to give a certain ambience within the shed itself. Another addition is these books here, which are pretty awesome looking. Got those at Marshall's. I did do a post to that. But a lot of these books that I have on the shelf, I did get at Goodwill. There's a lot of classics here that I am just excited to have on my bookshelf and so forth, and then a lovely candle. But I did switch around the stuff on my bookshelf because I thought it'd be more appropriate to have the sword I made on this side with my Tolkien stuff than over there. But yeah, there's one book nook that I made, and then I have more fantasy books here, and then these three books, which are pretty fun to have. You need these, helps you write information. Anyway, and the oldest book on my shelf is this one. It was printed in 1880 something. So, but anyway. And then over here I have the book nook that I actually finished. I will be pulling this off the shelf to actually show you what it is. And then the plaque I made. And then the bell from Beauty and the Beast flower. It's metal and glass. So, but anyway, the candles and stuff is to, you know, have some sort of ambience when I'm writing. So, and for those who are asking, that was my mom's toy when she was a little girl. Got that at Hobby Lobby, and as well as that. Those are all metal tin kind of toys. So here's the book nook itself that I made. It's made all of cardboard and cardstock, wood. This is actual wood in here that I put in here. I just painted it like foresty. Yeah, the sun's getting in the way. So, light works. Back here's a little switch. I'm gonna turn on a light here in a second, just to show you. I just wanted to have lights off so you can see. Okay, so the idea behind this is that there's a portal there that in my fantasy world they can use and go through. But being that it was not used, it's kind of like an overgrown forest, jungle kind of thing. And then you have a giant lizard that was killed and then it died here. There's the swords that are stuck in it. So, but I didn't really do too much in the background because I wanted kind of like the focus to be this lizard giant dragon thing in the portal. So that's kind of like the focus of the whole diorama kind of thing for me. And then I have these brass corner things that added on. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's finished, and after a long time of procrastinating and not getting it done, I actually got it done and finished. So I'm happy to have actually completed that, and on my bucket list of things, which is never ending, I have plenty of things I have to do to flesh out my fantasy world that I am working on. So currently I am working on 5 different stories, my part 2 to Legend of the Alien, companion to Ivar Blood and Steel. I am also working on a story that deals with Ovmarnágon. I've talked about, there's a video on my channel about that, where he's a ancestor to Ivar. I'm also working on the storyline of Kaythren, which is a video series on my channel. I'll put a link in there so you guys can check him out. So on that one I got one more installment to do. And I'm thinking about doing a 10 video series for Kaythren. I'm a little late on the 3rd one, but I'll get it up shortly. There's also a couple other ones that I don't want to really talk about just yet. But I'm also working on laws and state laws per country. Right now I'm focused on Udimore, which is Draku's grandfather's kingdom. So I'm working on laws for that, and also the laws for the Red Horde, which is another major character faction in my book series. So I'm working on laws for them. All that, they won't be in the books because it's not really necessary for the reader to have all information. So I put it in these little notebooks, and I have 6 of these guys filled out, different variations. So another variation of notebook, I have this guy, and it's full of story and family lines, family trees, maps, city maps. So all that information I put into notebooks, that way it's not causing the book to be too didactic. When you put stories into notebooks like this, you set it aside that you can refer to later on. Like for example, if the person has red hair at the beginning of the story, he doesn't end up with black hair or blonde hair at the end. So you keep your story coherent throughout the whole thing by having one of these. You always use this as a bouncing board and say, oh wait, that's not correct, so I gotta fix it. And I've caught myself changing the character's looks by accident, so I have to go back and rewrite it or decide whether to go with the new way or the one I started with. So it's important to have information written aside, as well as, I know there's a lot of people out there that use Scrivener and online documents. For me personally, I don't trust that because internet could go down or your computer could blow up. It's easier to have it written down somewhere. Just go to the bookshelf or a pile of books wherever you have it, pull it out, look at it. Oh, okay, and it's handy. But anyway, that's me. You guys do you. So that's what I've been up to. That's what I've been working on. Now that I have that finished, it has gotten my brain juices going, and I'm thinking I might end up doing more box sets like this. Maybe have them available somewhere. So I have Mini Barda now, which is there. So I might add it to one like this. I might make a 3-book one with Mini Barda on there. I don't know. Options I've been thinking about. So anyway, that's all I got for today. Hope you guys have found enjoyment from this video. Please like and subscribe, share, all that jazz. And thanks for watching. And as always, stay being creative.